Hi everyone, my name is Abdul-Salam and I'm going to be your instructor for this Python workshop. I'd like to kindly point out to you the outline for our workshop in terms of the meeting time, the Zoom link, and the objective of this course, and the breakdown of each and every activity pertaining to the day that we have the meeting. So let's have a look at the meeting times. Of course, we should know it by now. They are supposed to be on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and we'll start at 6:30 and end at 8:30. So that will be the schedule in terms of our meeting. Again, if you would like to join us, you can use this Zoom link, or you can just use this ID together with this password. Having said that, let's quickly have a look at the objective of our workshop. What do we intend with this Python workshop? In terms of our workshop, I would like to first of all introduce you guys to creating of apps in terms of an app that will help us develop a computing investment decision, mathematical decision, or any other decision outcome that you would like to see. We'll try as much as possible to develop some skills in developing such apps. Again, in terms of advertisement and marketing, we'll try as much as possible to improve upon the first objective and inject in a couple of marketing decisions as individuals use our apps. And then the third objective of our app creation will be for us to take decision from participants, whether participants are willing to give us the decision-making process in terms of investment, in terms of where they would like to go with a fixed income or random income and whatnot. So that will be the third objective in terms of our app creation. Having said that, our aim will now be to create an AI, or a naive AI as I call it, on our algorithm that will try as much as possible to match the decision that we got from the participants. So given the result from 3, we'll try as much as possible to create a function or an algorithm that will match it. So that's where we'll introduce in AI, be it genetic algorithm or whatnot. But due to time, I'll stick to the very naive AI and see how that matches it. And lastly, as we create this app, our aim will be to spread it for individuals to have access to and see how they use it. So I'll try as much as possible to introduce you to Heroku, which will help us deploy our app to be used worldwide. So these are the 5 objectives that I intend to meet from this meeting. And for us to meet these 5 objectives, we for sure need to know how to use Python. We also need to know how to use oTree. We also need to know how to use HTML. And lastly, we need to know how to use Heroku in terms of deploying our apps. So these are our objectives, and these are the tools that we need in getting it done. Before we meet for today's class or during today's class, kindly try as much as possible to try this app out. See how it works, see how you can understand it, because my aim will be to train myself and as well as you guys to develop an app that is closely related to that, because it captures almost all the 4 objectives or the 3 objectives that we have here. So please try this app out before class, or you can try it during the course of the class. So that will be our objective and an app that we need to use. Having said that, I would like to have a look at the breakdown of our course in terms of our daily meetings. So the very first meeting we have will be on Monday. And the first part of Monday's meeting will be an introduction to Python. We first of all have to install Python and PyCharm as well as oTree. And this is the video that will help you do that. In terms of the links, these are the links that will help you get to it. Our second objective will be an introduction to basics of Python in terms of addition, subtractions, divisions, assignments, and all that. So this will be our basics, and I'll try as much as possible to post the videos before class, as well as the code that you need to execute them. So these two will be provided, and my aim is for us to practice it before class. And if you have a question, you can come in and ask. The third objective within the first part of our first meeting will be for us to advance the code that we have. So here, I'm going to introduce in the idea of functions and loops. And again, I will try as much as possible to post the video as well as the code that will help you understand what's going on before you join the class. So that will be the first part of our meeting on Monday. We go for a break, we come back with part 2. Here, given our understanding of Python, we try as much as possible to see how we can develop the basis of developing an app. To do that, we need to know what an oTree is. So I'll take you through the theory behind oTree in terms of what the model is, what the template is, what the pages are, as well as the settings. So there's going to be a video that will help you with the files as well. Then again, I would like you guys to install oTree and see how it works. So that will be the second part of the second meeting. And lastly, we have to develop a very basic app. I'm going to post a video to that effect as well as the code that will help us. So that will be the second part of the first meeting. And lastly, the part 3 of our meeting will be an introduction to HTML. So this is going to be a very basic intro. And I believe you can find a lot of information on this link. So when you click on this link, it will just take you to the more advanced aspect of it. You can try as much as possible to better understand the HTML file. So that'll be everything from here to here will be what I intend to cover on the first meeting. Now in our second meeting, our aim will be to develop an AI or an algorithm that will help match the data collected from individuals. So we have a very naive machine trying to mimic the data that was collected. And I'll introduce you guys to the whole idea of what an AI is, what's the type of AI that will help us match the data that we collected. And part 2 will be an upgrade to the initial app that we developed from Monday, as well as how we intend to deploy the app. And lastly, on Friday, which is our third meeting, we'll try as much as possible to compare the results that we got from the algorithm that we generated to the data that we collected using our app. And the final aspect will be to deploy our app for wide usage using Heroku. So this will be my intention, and I believe that we stand a good chance of getting it done. And it's my hope that you guys will come up with questions, and I'll for sure try as much as possible to answer them. So before every meeting, kindly visit this page, just watch the videos before class and join me for further discussion of the videos for the day. Thank you very much once again, and I hope to see you on Monday. Bye.